Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for an important video for you guys today. I saw a couple of these articles going around the last week or two. You know, it really got me kind of like, you know what, I need to talk about this on my YouTube channel here because my channel is about physical media. And there's this site, there's actually a couple sites. I screenshotted two of these pieces of this article from JoeBlow.com. And I've heard about this, you know, going around in comments. Every once in a while people will leave a comment saying something about, you know, disc rot when it comes to their old DVDs and things like that. But I came across this article, like I said, from JoeBlow.com. The heading of the article says, "Hundreds of your Warner Brothers DVDs possibly won't work anymore," is what got me to click, you know, on this article. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. And, you know, I'm not gonna read the whole article to you or anything like that. You can go to Joe Blow for that. But I'm gonna read this little blurb from this article right here because it really made me want to go into my own collection to see if I have any discs that have this problem. Because it says on the website, it says, "It turns out that virtually every Warner Brothers DVD disc manufactured between 2006 and 2008 have succumbed to the dreaded laser rot, where discs simply stop working due to rotting of the layers. Once it happens, it can't be undone. This was a frequent problem with laser discs back in the 80s and 90s, which my family's never really had a whole fuck ton of laser discs. I pretty much collect laser discs, you know, to like get autographed and put on the wall and stuff. But I never really heard about that problem with Laserdisc. But it has a huge problem with DVDs. Issues comes down to the way the discs were authored. Many of the titles affected, which range from classic movies to, you know, newer-ish movies like from movies like The Wild Bunch to the old Shawshank Redemption DVD and old TV classics and stuff. But disc rot. Since I've been collecting movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, because I've been around doing this stuff for a while, I've never, you know, grabbed like an old DVD, popped it in, and had an issue, you know, with a movie playing. You know what I mean? That is my thing. But I also, you know, haven't checked like every old DVD I have to see if it, you know, if it ever had that problem or has that problem. You know, but it got me kind of interested. And like, you know, so I pulled out a box from my closet that's been sitting around for a long time. And I know there's like old, like, you know, snapper case, old Warner Brothers snapper case DVDs, other company stuff too. But I pulled this box down and let's see if any of these have disc rot. Yeah, I pulled a box, like I said, from my closet. A lot of them, I don't know if they're all Warner Brothers, but, you know, there's like the old snapper case DVDs. I got like little protective, you know, cases for them. Like this one right here is an old Warner Brothers one. Right here, and this one came out 1997, so this is a little bit older, so I gotta try to find something that came out between 2006 and 2008. Right here, this one's 2002, but like even some of these older ones, I don't think I've ever seen any issues with them, you know what I mean? I haven't like sit there and watched Pluto Nash in like forever or anything like that, but going through an old box makes me want to kind of like watch some old stuff again, like, you know, Father's Day. This has never gotten any Blu-ray love. But I'm going to go through here and, you know, happen to see if there's any old, like, disc rot on any of my old, like, you know, Warner Brothers DVDs. I went through a handful of things, like a handful of different boxes in my closet, going through old Warner Brothers, like, DVDs and stuff to see if I have any ones from 2006 to 2008. And through the handful of boxes I went through, I'm not really seeing any from that little time period that the article's been talking about. And I even been checking some of these old ones just in case, you know, even though I have a lot of these things in protective cases for the most part because I have weird problems. But as of now, I haven't found any from that time frame or anything like that. But, you know, just kind of going through to see, you know, if there is any that happen to have, you know, those dates on it, you know what I mean? Because, like I said before, I've never came across this problem personally in my collection, if something stopped working, it was like a old DVD I let Gabriel borrow, and he scratched up or something like that. And I let him borrow it. He came back, and I'm just like, what is all these fingerprints and scratches and shit? Or like, like my niece and nephew touched something, messed something up. You know what I'm saying? By accident. You know what I mean? But other than that, I've never had any personal issues with anything in my collection as of now. My old Nightmare on Elm Street snapper case DVD right here. This one's signed by Wes Craven. When I met him at a Fangoria Weekend of Horror show. Back in the day. It says, to Brendan from Wes Craven. Guys, let me know in the comments down below, because I know there has to be some of you, because I remember getting comments throughout the years from people that watch saying, have you ever suffered from disc rot in your collection? Because I've been collecting forever, and I have had, I've been collecting since the VHS days, like going to Target, buying the 5, they had like, Blockbuster and Hollywood Video had like, you can buy 4 for $20, 5 for $20, like VHS tapes and Blu-ray and DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that at some points. But I remember going to Targets too and going to like getting like the VHS tapes that they had there for like $4.75, 5 something, $6, you know what I mean? Like back in the day. And of course graduated to DVD, then Blu-ray and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? The collection never stops. But that's just collector's problems like that I have. But it just makes me think and gets me kind of concerned about maybe other things, like 4Ks and Blu-rays that we're buying now. Who knows if we're gonna get an article saying something like, well, these Blu-rays that you bought between this year and that year were authored in a way that you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? You can't watch them shits no mo, kind of thing. Because that'll suck, especially if it's a movie that, you know what I mean, that's not on a streaming service. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like not everything's on a streaming service. Or not everything you can go out and really get again. You know what I'm saying? Like, Prisoner of on the Prisoner of Second Avenue. This is a movie with starring Jack Lemmon, and this is my mom did a play based on this movie before, and you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that if it happens, it's gonna kind of suck, especially if it's in your collection, and you're like, I want to watch it, and it doesn't work. And you can't watch it on any streaming services, and especially, like I said, like the article says, between 2006 and 2008, what if they weren't made again? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just one of those things that it's kind of weird, kind of concerning, but things do happen out there. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole laser disc rot of your old DVDs and stuff in your collection. Have you guys had any of them in your collection? With all the stuff I have in boxes and in tubs and stuff, I'm sure I have some somewhere that have that problem. But I'm not gonna go through everything just for this video. But if I ever come across one that doesn't work, I will talk about it, saying, hey, I finally succumbed to this rot over here, kind of thing. Because I didn't know it was something to do with the way a DVD was authored. I thought it was like the way when people brought up in comments back in the day, I thought it was like something like if you didn't take care of your shit, or if you're, you left it in like a, not a controlled environment. You know what I mean? Like if you just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty much not taking care of your shit or something like that. But other than that, it is kind of like concerning to know that it is a thing out there. And I didn't know it happened to Laserdisc too, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments down below when it comes to disc rot and this article from Joe Blow. There's a couple, one or two other articles I saw talk about the same thing, but this is the one I just read a blurb from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ta-ta.